Hello there. It is 12:35 here on News 6 Plus. Welcome to Take 6, where we dive deeper into the stories and investigations that our team works on here at WKMG News 6. And normally Julie is right here saying hello, but today I'm your host, Bridget Ellison, and I'll be talking to Julie about some special story that you are working on. Julie, good afternoon.
Space Kids Global. That is a nonprofit based right here in Central Florida. And you may recognize the name Sharon Hagel. She and her husband Mark rode aboard a Blue Origin rocket back in 2022. They went into space, and now she has a nonprofit that she started in 2015 with the mission that space is for everyone. And since 2015, she has spoken to 790,000 school kids around the world, talking to them about careers in STEM. And we're looking at a little video right now showing the Hagels on the day of that flight in West Texas that they went on back in 2022. Now she has a contest, and this is really great. So if you have a kid between the ages of 8 and 12 who likes space and maybe who likes journalism, this is a great contest for you. They are launching the Space Kids Global press corps. So you have between now and June 14th to go to the Space Kids Global website, and you can enter your kid in this contest. The first phase of it is a lottery, and then from that lottery on June 14th, they draw 24 semifinalists. Those semifinalists then create a minute-long video explaining why they want to be part of this press corps. And when the 8 finalists who are chosen, they will get to go to a launch. They will get to go to Blue Origin headquarters out at Kennedy Space Center, and they will get to act as reporters and cover this launch. They'll be interviewing engineers, they'll be interviewing designers, they'll get to interview astronauts, and then report back to their local communities on what they learned. So this is such a cool opportunity, Bridget. We're always talking about we need more journalists joining us. So this is a perfect opportunity for some more space reporters to join James and Eric out there at the Cape.
It's so true. And when we look at all of the great work the Hagels are doing through
Yes.
philanthropy, they're really pouring into the next generation.
Yeah, and she said that this is her passion. And she said in a quote that you'll see in the story today, she was like, you know how it is. Some days you're just like, oh, you don't want to get out of bed. But she says when she walks into school and she's in her spacesuit, the spacesuit she's wearing that actually did go to space, that the kids light up. And she said also that journey to space, she said was a really spiritual journey. She said, you look
Mm.
back on Earth and you realize how fragile our planet is. And she said that she just could not experience that and not just make it her mission to make Earth a better place for everyone. And so they're so passionate about it. They're so excited about it. And this is going to be a great opportunity. And she also mentioned that the students who win, the kids who become part of the press corps, that they will get some training from some real reporters. So I was like, hey, I would be happy to help with that. I bet some of my colleagues would as well. So we may get to help train our next generation coming up here, Bridget.
And so this story runs this evening starting
Yes.
at 5:30. So we'll get to
Mm.
see more detail about everything then and also share it online too.
Yes, and you'll also get to see Sharon has a little dog named Sava, and he wears his Blue Origin spacesuit for us as well. So anytime I go somewhere where there's a dog that we can
Oh.
meet or put in the story, and so that was
Mm-hmm.
that was extra thrilling as well. But what a cool opportunity! I can't imagine. I know you and I have talked about we were both interested in journalism, very
Right.
young. Can you imagine 8 or 10 years old getting the opportunity to go report on a launch, all expenses paid to Brevard County to get to cover this, and it just, the opportunities and the experience, it really is the experience of a lifetime.
And that just puts them that much more ahead in setting those goals and realizing
Yes.
that they are attainable because it does seem like such a hard to reach goal sometimes when you're still a student.
Yeah, and Sharon was talking about when she grew up in West Virginia. She grew up in Charleston, West Virginia, and she said in 1961 she was listening to a launch on the PA system of her school, and she wishes she could tell that little girl sitting in that
Mm,
classroom in West Virginia where she would end up. And that's what she wants these students to know, that they can do
mm.
anything, that space is for everyone and these opportunities are for all of us.
And that's what they're committed to, as well as sort of promoting more opportunities for everyday people to be able to
Yes.
experience space, learn more about space, and really normalizing it for those here on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, and she did tell us, they have another trip planned to space. So when she couldn't say a lot about it, but the students will go report on that next trip to space when they go. I was like, when are you going? And she was like, nice try. I can't tell you, but they are going back to space, which, I'm like, imagine saying that you're going back to space. And most of
Right.
us will never go to space in the first place. They're like,
Oh,
oh, yeah, we're going back to space. Yes, they are such an asset to the community, and it's always so nice to catch up with them. So that story airs tonight in our Getting Results in Our Schools segment at 5:30, and then in the web story, I will have a link to how you can enter the contest and more details about that. But you have time; you have until June 14th to enter your student 8 to 12 years old anywhere
and
in the U.S.
we know there are plenty of them out there interested in those
Oh
topics.
yeah, yes.